Our first speaker, conducting an educational talk on video marketing for speakers. How relevant is that in the 21st century, huh? This is something you're going to want to pay close attention to, because video marketing is the new email marketing. How can you use it as a speaker to promote yourself, your products, and your services? Richard Kuo is our speaker today. He is a youth inspirational speaker, a YouTuber, love that term, and the founder of Infinite Mastery, an online community dedicated to helping teens and young adults master their self-esteem and master their lives through content, conversation, and community. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? He has been featured by TEDx and has close to 7,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, getting close to 1 million total views on his channel, making him a YouTube millionaire. You're going to want to pay close attention to what he has to say tonight, because from this educational talk, you will walk away with practical knowledge on why do this, potential benefits for you as a speaker. What does it take? The skills plus the equipment. How can you use video content to market yourself and your talks? Please welcome Richard Kuo. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today?
Hello, good.
Yeah. I like the energy today. Excellent. So I don't want to make this a very scripted speech. I want to have a conversation today because I want to be here to really help you on video marketing. I'm guessing we have a mix of people in the room here. We have people who are probably using video marketing already, some people who are like, I want to do this, but I'm a little afraid to do it. And some people were like, what's that? Why should I even care about that? I want to get a little bit of a feel for the room at start. So raise your hand if you are currently using video for marketing.
Just a little.
And then how about people who are wanting to do video, but they're kind of afraid to, or it seems there's a learning curve to it? And thank you. And then how about those who don't really care about video marketing, or I'll pass on that.
Don't raise your hand, yeah.
I just don't have a clue. I care about it, but I don't have a clue.
It's all good.
All right.
So let's start with video marketing. What is video marketing? It's essentially making videos to put yourself out there, create a brand, and deliver your message. I think video marketing is not necessarily for everyone, but I think it's a really big impact for a lot of people, especially with the way our world is working. You might have heard of social media sites such as Instagram, Snapchat. I mean, those are the newer ones. The reason I bring those up is because if you're not familiar with those, whether or not you're familiar with those platforms are dedicated to either photos or videos, meaning there's very little text people read, because in our society, a lot of people are gravitating towards visual content, because I guess people are getting lazy to read. I'm not saying everyone, but that's definitely a really big market. So I'm going to go over 3 different things. The first one is the why. Why video marketing? Video marketing is really powerful because, number one, it's a really good way to put yourself out there, to gain exposure for yourself. And another thing that's really important is with video marketing, it allows us to reach people in places we wouldn't normally do with just a normal speech. So, for example, with my YouTube channel, that obviously reaches not just the local area here, but it reaches all around the world as well. So that's a really powerful thing about video marketing. Another thing is that it will help you with your mission and your impact as well. So if you have a certain goal to inspire a certain audience, by creating video content, what that does is obviously you get to reach more people. And also video marketing is very powerful because when you put your face on a video, instead of just through email, text, or something like that, that allows you to create rapport and a better connection with people. So that's kind of the benefits of video marketing. So in terms of what does it take to do video marketing, let's talk about the equipment and then the skills. So equipment-wise, I think it's very simple. A lot of people are kind of afraid, like, how do I get started? Honestly, a smartphone, like that phone right there, perfect. Smartphone is perfect. It picks up. It has a good camera. It has great audio. So for starters, that's all you need for equipment. And then if you want better, higher quality things, you can of course invest into your cameras, microphones, and laptop, that kind of stuff for editing software, which are not necessary. Let's talk about skills. In terms of video, what kind of skills do you need? Not much. You need a voice and a message you want to deliver to other people. That's what video marketing is. So I'm guessing most of the people here have a certain a goal or mission that they want to accomplish, and that's why they're here, right? What are, I want to get a feel, what are some goals or messages that you have? Like, what is your mission, personal missions? Anyone? Yeah.
My personal mission, having been diagnosed with Crohn's disease a few months ago, is showing people how they can live a productive and fun life by living despite the adversity.
Thank you. The ones? Yes.
Sex.
Sex. Tell me more. Tell us more.
I'm still creating that in my mind. But my basic thesis is that each of you is an expert on sexuality in your life. You're the expert for you. And so creating a platform for people to share that, where others can say, I never knew somebody else thought about that.
Powerful.
Because you're an expert on your sex.
I love it. Victor.
Oh, I work at a German car repair shop. I talk to customers. I'm good at it, so I want to do some podcasts to get people to know me, know what I talk about, and hire me to coach them.
Coach them on what?
Service writer, being a service writer in the automotive industry.
Got it.
Meaning, if you go into the car work on, you talk to that guy. I'm good at that.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes.
I do consulting and speaking, and my message is conflict in the 21st century and millennial job satisfaction, and baby boomers. So that's like my market, and it's interesting because everybody has a very strong perspective.
When you say conflict, what exactly does that
So
mean?
that's actually helping 2 or 3 subjects to resolve conflict in the workplace.
Okay, so resolve conflict in the workplace is a big thing. Perfect, thank you. And we'll do one more in the back.
Actually, I'm just going to be giving my speech tonight, nothing. I'll explain it at that time.
Perfect. All right, thank you. So I love this. When it comes to videos, I love this platform because it's such an easy thing to turn on, like turn on a camera, record yourself, and upload online. Of course, there's a lot of different platforms. Raise your hand if you are on Facebook. Okay, so a lot of us are on Facebook. Snapchat, anyone? I'm not even on Snapchat. Awesome, perfect. How about Instagram? Okay. And YouTube? All right. How about other platforms someone is passionate about or like enjoys being on?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
Podcast?
Podcasts? Perfect. Awesome.
I know this is kind of old school, but I have an actual book.
Bring it with you.
That's the way to do it, man.
Paperback or
Excellent.
paperback or
Yes.
hardback?
We put a lot of things on Vimeo, and what's your opinion on that versus YouTube?
Let's see.
Vimeo is less advertising, is that the general gist of it?
I think Vimeo is more of a professional look,
Yeah.
while YouTube is more the social media. You can connect with people. You're going to get a lot more exposure on YouTube than Vimeo.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so that's a general on that. So I hear a lot of great messages, with conflict in business or talking about Crohn's, how to live your life with that, automotive, like video. I think this is kind of obvious now, beating a dead horse a little bit, but video just creates an opportunity to really reach out and expand people. And it's a very simple thing to do. I'm kind of curious what's on your mind right now. This is my first time doing this specific presentation. So what's what would you like to know for people who are thinking about video but are kind of hesitant? Like, what's that barrier?
So length of time of videos, how much content per video, that kind of thing. Curiosity.
Okay, I'll get to your questions in a second. I'm just going to make this a discussion. I'm not going to full speech it. So, in terms of length of time,
Like a 2-minute video, a 5-minute video,
Right.
20-minute video.
it really depends on what you are trying to address and who your audience is as well. How much time do they have? Are they, if they work a lot, chances are they won't have a lot of time to watch a video unless they're watching it during work time. You know, like things like that. So generally,
It depends on your audience.
yes, it depends on the audience. I don't know if a lot of people see Facebook videos where there used to be a lot of long videos, and now it's all about these like 1-minute videos that highlight everything. So that's getting a lot of attention right now. People's attention spans are getting smaller, so shorter video in general is nice. I myself, when I create my content, my videos are a little bit long. They're anywhere between 5 to 12 minutes, and for me, it's just a free rant. It's me talking because I talk a lot about self-esteem, so it's just me telling people, here are my thoughts and why I think the way I think, what are the problems with it, what are the pros of it, things like that. So that's my style. So yes.
I have a podcast that's called Minding Your Shop. And when I first started it, I started asking people to come and be interviewed on the video. And the answers I would get were shocking. People who are fine at Toastmasters said, "Oh, I'm not good enough to do that. I don't have enough success." I had business owners who own a business doing all kinds of out there things and saying, I'm not successful. And so I stopped asking for people who were successful because people were scared of that word. It was quite a.
Would you say they were afraid? They were afraid to be on the
Yeah.
interview
Yeah,
because of that. Wow.
because they were afraid of that. And I thought, okay, well, and I do have other people who've come up and worked with me and don't have a problem saying, I'm successful. Ask me.
Wow.
So,
I think I want to highlight like a quick point. One of the powerful things about video or podcasting, any kind of media, is with this platform, you have those people who are you see as successful, right? But they don't see successful within themselves. Is that right?
Right.
So what I see in this situation is, great, share your story. Or this person gets to share their story because other people who are successful may be feeling the same way as well. So that's why it's such a powerful platform.
You kind of alluded to it before, but there are people out there that don't use YouTube at all videos, they use Facebook Go Live instead, which is kind of a competitive platform. What do you think about that?
I think Facebook Live is great. I'm a huge fan of it. I didn't talk much about it in the intro, but I used to do Facebook Lives every single day, and I love it because it's so easy to shoot. You just pull out your phone, and people can interact with you live. I would prefer Facebook Live over YouTube. That's my
I'm kind of the same way.
my opinion for sure. Yes.
Meg touched on a subject that I find that when I mentor people, the biggest thing that people have a problem with is listening to themselves. And one of the first things I tell anybody that I'm mentoring is that if you're going to speak, record yourself. The first thing you do is listen to yourself. Don't watch a video, listen to yourself. And that is a realization that's very hard to do. You listen to yourself without watching yourself. And then you watch yourself without listening to yourself. And there's a rude awakening. And then you watch the video. And it's a rude awakening. And then you become a different speaker altogether. So it's a completely different experience. Then you can go back to the mic and you do a completely different job.
Thank you. Very tip, yes.
One of my fears with video is that I am not photogenic at all. And I have had some professional photographers do some video of me in a work setting where they can make it look real nice. So that's my fear, that I'm just not gonna do.
Perfect, I love it. I think there's a huge fear of how we look on camera. I'm sure a lot of people who create video can attest to this, but when we start creating videos, it's scary. It's just like speaking, right? We all start speaking at one point, and I think the more we do, for anyone who is struggling with that, like putting their face on video, I think what we need to remember, especially as speakers, as people with missions and purposes, is it's not about us. It's really about our message. So when we focus our attention away from, the more we create content, or the more you will create content, the more you'll become comfortable and just be like, okay, whatever. It's okay, I look this way because it's not about how I look, it's about my message. So I have the same fears. One way that helped me get over it is, so as you can tell, I do my hair. In some videos, I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing my hair today. And I'm just like, it's scary because we all have our own self-conscious thing that we're like, no, I need to put up makeup, or I need to do something. So it's a practice. Yeah. Yes?
Stephen Hawking is nothing to look
Isn't
at.
that funny?
Listen, for that matter.
So there's hope for every one of us.
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect. I love it. Let's see. I want to make sure we hit all the different points. So third point is, how can you use your video content to market yourself in your talks? So let's talk about utilizing videos to publicize yourselves. So what I've seen with my own experiences with creating video is the more I create videos, the more not just my potential, let's say my potential clients sees me, but my peers see me. So for example, if one of you, like if Steve starts creating videos, all of a sudden all of you are going to start seeing his videos, and we're going to start learning more like, oh, Steve's Crohn's guy. And then next time we hear something about that, they're like, oh, you need to meet him. Like he's a speaker, and I see a lot of his videos. This is a great person to go to. So that's kind of what has happened to me, because I'm relentless, or I used to be. I took a break because of family challenges, but I was relentless every single day posting a video about self-esteem, about my life. And so I couldn't be ignored. People were like, dude, you're really persistent, Richard. I'm like, that's just what I want to do. So people couldn't help but reach out to me. Like the reason why I'm standing here in front of you is because I've been posting videos. That's the only reason why. And that's the power of posting videos and creating video content. Let's see. So how does that, one second, hold on. How does that, how to use video content to market yourself? So that's going to help you in the way of just attracting people. And what I've found more is, even though our videos are geared towards our I guess you can say our clients, for some reason, it's our peers. For me, from my personal experience, my videos almost like attract my peers, the ones that are alongside with me, not my clients more. Like that's how I've gained a lot of my traction and connections and things like that. I'll answer questions in just a second. I want to wrap up with one more, I guess, bonus tip. And what's your name?
Me?
Yes.
Meg Adler.
Meg?
Meg.
Meg. So Meg's doing a great thing. Lionel, you're doing a great thing as well. The secret tip I have, not created by me, is one really cool thing with video or anything is doing interviews. And not just doing interviews, but doing interviews with your public figure friends. And you probably know this already, but when you interview someone, what happens is not only does your audience get to be introduced to someone else, but also that friend of yours is likely to share that video. So I'll give you a quick example. I have a friend, his name is Noah. He is part of the group Smosh, which is used to be the #1 YouTube channel. And obviously because he's a public figure, and I interviewed him, he shared the video with all his followers, and
All his
that video got 3,000 views in a couple days. You know, just
Yahoo!
yeah. So build up just connections, and then interview people, and just that's a really great way to build that traction. Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap up real quick, and then we'll do Q&A because we got 10 minutes. Is that right for Q&A?
You total what? Total
That's what I was
20.
told. Okay.
Whatever. I don't know when you get started here. You get total 20.
Steve is in charge, so.
You have until 7:40, so we have
Perfect.
about 10 minutes.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap up the 3 points that we kind of talked about. The why do it of video marketing is, one, it gains you exposure, it not only builds up your brand, but it gives you an opportunity to really build up your mission and impact more people, which is obviously the more important thing. It builds rapport with other people and allows you to really just network and learn more, have other people learn more about you, and then vice versa. And then what does it take equipment-wise? Smartphone, simple. Skill-wise, I say just be authentic and just keep putting yourself out there. That's really all it takes. And let's see, in terms of how can video content market yourself and your talks, as I explained, it's really the more content you produce, the more people will remember who you are. And last tip is interview your public figure friends, because that's really going to help you build up your own brand and image. So that's what I have, and let's move on to questions with 10 minutes left.
You talked about your peers helping you move forward. What do you mean by peers? Are they video people or business people, friends?
I have, so my network consists, I don't even know how many networks I have. The main ones, I have a youth speaking network, so I have a lot of motivational speaker friends. I have entrepreneur friends, all different kinds of businesses, you know, coaches, we have people running like a tech firm, those kind of things, just businesses.
Okay.
And let's see, I can't think of everything.
That helps. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the peers, we all, within the communities, we all know each other, and we're all like supporting each other. So that's usually how it works. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
So somebody asked about the length of videos. Have you tracked any metrics or analytics on the videos to see
That's a great question.
how long people stay before they drop off?
So from what I'm not an expert on the analytics. I do look at the analytics very often. What I see is it's not always about the length of the video, it's just the engagement. How well does that video engage that person? Because I've created some, and I've seen some other people create like 30-minute videos that work. Like it goes viral because the content is so engaging, or it keeps people watching it because it matters to them. Yeah, so to answer your question, length of video, the shorter the better. However, it's not necessary if your content is engaging. Yeah. 2.
So do you do everything under your name or your company name? Right, I've got like 2 things I'm passionate about, and they're quite different. And so, I mean, do I just do it under my name and just put everything in one thing, or create 2 portals, or how would you?
From just hearing what you're saying, it sounds like two different platforms would be good. I used to do things under my name, Richard Kuo, and for the most part, everything I do is pretty similar, even though I do youth speaking and I have different markets. I did decide to split mine up. Richard Kuo would be my speaking, and then towards youth, and then Infinite Mastery would be more my self-esteem, online presence to teens as well as young adults. Yeah, so that's just a little image.
Yeah, under more traditional genres, for example, consulting and academia, it seems like, I don't know, it's my point of view, it seems like people are not so open to it. It's more like shunned upon, because it's more like the popular view versus...
What's shunned upon?
I wouldn't say shunned, but like, for example, if you're a researcher / consultant, and you do something on YouTube,
Yes.
it's like you're kind of sticking your neck out big time.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Versus like yourself, I don't know what your credentials are, I'm not questioning them, but
Yeah.
like, for example, I'm a teenager and I just go on YouTube and all of a sudden people like me and my views go up. And see, I don't have really a track record, but my
Yeah.
personality, as far as a teenager or whatever that person does the speaking for them
Yeah.
versus your content. Does that make sense?
Let's see.
It's like two extremes.
So I'm hearing like the academia side is more, it feels like it's more research based, and when you start creating content,
Yeah.
or YouTube videos.
It's not as sexy as it would be like just creating something more.
Right.
Again.
I'm thinking, I see, I think there's a mix of it too.
It's a mix.
Yeah, there's definitely educational content that's, I would say, more either it's conservative or professional on YouTube. So I think there's different ways to approach it. We can talk more about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Richard, I have a question. Let's imagine a scenario where I just gave you a couple of $1,000s to coach me on video marketing. I want to put up a video that is going to get a few thousand views within the next 4 weeks. How are you gonna, and I've never done video before. I'm doing it for a purpose because I want maybe to apply for a speaking engagement somewhere.
Yeah.
How are you gonna walk me through that process knowing that you've collected my money and you want me to get the results?
Great question. First thing is with video, it's very hard to guarantee results. There are best practices that you could apply that you can do in order to create the results, but it's going to take time. Sometimes if you want a video to go viral, that's what it sounds like, it doesn't always happen right away. Sometimes it happens in a month, sometimes it happens 6 months, it could happen in a year. Just the YouTube algorithm is kind of weird like that. But in terms of, I guess just to answer your question, like the quick tip of how do you market your video, how do you get it out there, is a lot of it has to do with SEO, search engine optimization. And I have a friend who has a YouTube channel with 1.5 million subscribers. He taught me this. He says, when you create a video, if you want like a video to go viral, you first think about the topic that you want to talk about, and then take that topic. Let's say it's I'm going to say video game addiction. Okay, so type in video game addiction in that YouTube search browser, and you'll see a drop-down list. And what you do is you want to find one of those categories, just copy and paste that into your title. And then the next thing you do is you. This is like
sneaky.
This is ninja tricks right here. So when you tag your videos, because you could do little hashtags. The first thing you put on is you copy and paste the whole video title and you post it. That's your first hashtag. This is straight from my 1.5 million subscriber friend.
Of the popular video.
Of your video. Your video title, that's the first one. Then the second thing you do, the second tag you do is your name, or your channel's name. Yeah. So, and then after that, you fill in keywords that are very, you want to make them not super general. Don't say just like video games, or don't say addiction, because those are too general. You need to say video game addiction, or you need to say video game addictions for teens. Something that's more specific, because that's how your video is going to be found. Yeah.
Excellent.
Hashtags are how they find it.
Yes.
So the first hashtag is the actual title of the video.
Yes. I don't know why, but that's what he says to do, and I'm sure there's a reason why he does that. Yeah. And of course, you need to be careful with your hashtags, because if you have too many, it makes it hard for the search engine to like sort or see like, oh, this is this specific. Yeah, exactly, confuses it. Yeah. Yes.
So I know there's a lot of different varieties of videos. Some are just tidbits of information, some are marketing videos per se. But can you speak a little bit about how much call to action you want to have in a video, perhaps either at the end or whatever?
That's great. It really depends on what your purpose is. If your purpose is to convert either to a product or to a website or something, then absolutely put a call to action in there. Okay. In general, if you're making a video content, and let's say you're talking about just a random topic. You just want to give a video, nothing in return. In general, I would say it doesn't hurt so much to, if you have a call to action, put a call to action at the very end. And if not, then let the video be itself.
Gotcha.
Yeah, either way, I believe it's a win-win, because some videos, a lot of videos, I have call to actions. Some videos, I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna put this video out there. That's
Right, right.
Richard, one more question.
All right.
And how are you filming yourself? You have a tripod that's holding your camera, or is it a selfie stick or your hand?
So, a lot of my videos, so I have a desk. Let's say this is my, I'm gonna use, this is my desk right here. I have my computer screen, and I have a tripod that literally sits right here. I don't move my camera.
Okay.
And I have a nice backdrop behind me. So it's like, my setup is super seamless. I set it up that way so I don't have to do a lot of work.
Same setup every time.
What?
Same setup
Same
every
setup
time.
every time. I don't move my camera. But that's my style. You know, some people, if you like traveling, excellent. Yeah. So last one? Yeah. If you got more questions, feel free to ask me after.
All right.
Thank you.
Well done, Richard. Great education, wasn't it?